Hello everyone and welcome to the Potspoon kitchen. In today's recipe we are going to dig into a little Thanksgiving treat and we are going to be making some peach cobbler and we're going to serve this up with some delicious vanilla ice cream. To begin our peach cobbler recipe, I have 178 grams of unsalted butter in my Pyrex dish, and I'm going to pop this in the oven and let it melt, but I am going to lean a little bit towards the brown butter side because of the flavor. To begin making our peach filling, I have 5 peaches in my bowl that I was sliced, but they are a bit on the crunchy side. So to cook them, I cook them a bit differently. I cook them in sugar syrup, and once they reduce a little bit, then I start adding my flavors to it. In my pot, I have added 500 ml of hot water, and I'm adding my cinnamon because I want the peaches to cook in the cinnamon and sugar before I add the other flavors. And I am going in with my brown sugar. Let's give this a little mix up and allow these peaches to sweeten. They're a bit between tangy and sweet, so I want to break them down a little bit. To make the batter, I am going in with 1 cup of milk, 2%, salt, vanilla, pumpkin spice, and I'm grating some fresh nutmeg. Not a lot, just a little hint of nutmeg because nutmeg is very powerful in flavor. I am adding sugar. Let's give this a whisk. It smells amazing. Peach cobbler is just one of my favorite desserts, especially at Thanksgiving. And I also like me a good apple cobbler. Let's add flour. I'm using a cup and a quarter of flour, but I have broken it down into quarter cup of cake flour and 1 cup of AP flour or purpose. And I'm adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Give this a nice whisk until it's nice and smooth and have come together. This is just like a pancake batter, but I'm making this without any egg. I want it to be really nice and smooth. Just something like a crepe consistency. It smells amazing. Get all the flour coated, and in about 3 minutes I'm done. Our peaches have reduced by half and they are a little bit more flexible and translucent, and that's what you're looking for. Some of them are not translucent as yet, but as they continue to cook they will get translucent and flexible, which means that they have already soaked up that sugar syrup, that cinnamon sugar syrup. So to balance off, there goes my brown butter. To balance off the salt and the sweet, I'm adding a half teaspoon of salt to bring a complete balance. Vanilla. Pumpkin spice and ginger. Some freshly grated nutmeg. And stick around because I'm going to add a very special ingredient to this. Mix this up and let's get our brown butter. It's not 100% brown, just about 25% brown until you get that nice nutty aroma. And we're going to let this reduce a little bit before we add our slurry and that special ingredient that I've mentioned. Alright, so our butter has been nicely browned. As you can see, some of the milk particles in the butter was brown, some was left in its natural state. And that's what you want, a lightly nutty aroma that will pair really well with our spices, caramel, and the peaches. I'm not going to mix this around. I'm just going to add it in. I'm going to leave back a little bit to add to the top. This is going to be really nice and crunchy. I'm just going to leave back just a little bit to add to the top. So our peaches have been reduced by about a third. And now I'm going to add some cornstarch and water. This is a slurry. And I'll allow it to thicken up. And then I'm going to add that extra touch that I love in my peach cobblers. I'm going to allow this. My next ingredient is the reason why I tend to brown my butter slightly, because it pairs very, very well. I am going with half a cup of homemade caramel. This has the butter, the cream, and everything in it. I made this from scratch, and I will put the recipe in the description box. And you don't want to miss that. So let's add in our half a cup of caramel. If you don't have homemade caramel, you can also use Smucker's or another brand of store-bought caramel. The entire aroma changes with the caramel. Ooh, that caramel flavor is on fire. So let's remove our cinnamon stick. Now we're going to take this off. Now let's pour this over our batter. Oh, yummy peaches over there. I'm going to put it all over. I'm not putting too much of the juice. Not too much juice. You want to be generous, but not too much generous. It smells amazing. I just want to eat it like this. That's enough juice. So now let's scrape the rest of the batter on top. And it's going to suck up some of that juices that we have put underneath. I'm going to enjoy this with some vanilla ice cream. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that whenever I have a new video, you will be notified. Okay. So now I'm going to dust a little bit of cinnamon at the top. And it's going to get a really nice crust. Nice. This is quite hot, and I will bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. My oven is ready, and I will bake this for 40 to 45 minutes until the top is nicely crusted. Our peach cobbler is now done. It took me about 35 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still bubbling hot, so I'm going to allow it to cool down for about 20 minutes. And while it's still warm, I'm going to serve it. So now our peach cobbler was completely cool, and I'm going to get a nice piece. So moist and juicy. Let's add some ice cream in it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click that subscription button. and the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you will be notified. I'm going to be posting a lot of desserts in the upcoming weeks. And let's garnish this with a nice sprig of fresh mint. And here you have it, our delicious peach cobbler. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Potspoon kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that whenever I do a new video, you will be notified. See you on another good day for another great recipe.